Hey guys, you know that feeling when your whole life falls apart in just 48 hours? Your job's gone, your relationship ends, and suddenly you're back in your childhood bedroom staring at old posters? Yeah, that was me at 25. But here's the crazy part. It turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me. Let me tell you my story. 2 years ago, I thought I had it all. A good job paying $75,000 a year. I was the youngest team leader at my company. Nice office, nice clothes, and lunch meetings at fancy restaurants. Life seemed perfect. I lived with my girlfriend in a nice apartment downtown. We'd been together since college, 4 years. Every weekend we'd hang out with friends, talk about getting married, and plan our future. I was even looking at rings. My plan was simple. Marriage at 26, house at 27, kids by 30, just like everyone else, right? Then came that Monday. I'll never forget it. I put on my best suit, got my coffee, and walked into work feeling great. My boss called me to his office. I wasn't worried. I thought we'd talk about my next promotion. Man, was I wrong. We're letting people go, he said. Today is your last day. Just like that, my job was gone. No warning. They gave me a box for my stuff and watched me leave. 5 years of work, gone in 15 minutes. I drove home thinking, at least I have my girlfriend. We'll figure this out. Wrong again. I walked in and saw her packing. I've been thinking about leaving, she said. You only care about work. 4 years together, over in 5 minutes. In 2 days, I lost my job and my girlfriend. But it got worse. I couldn't pay the $2,500 rent anymore. My savings gone fast. Next thing I knew, I was back in my old bedroom at my parents' house, looking at my high school posters. Talk about feeling like a loser. The worst part wasn't losing my job or girlfriend. It was losing who I thought I was. Every time I checked my phone, someone was posting good news. New jobs, weddings, houses, babies. My best friend bought a house. My cousin was planning her wedding. And there I was, 25 years old, back in my kid's bed, eating mom's leftovers. I got really sad. Stayed in bed for weeks. Only got up to use the bathroom or eat when my parents were sleeping. I couldn't face them. Mom would bring food to my door and I'd pretend to be asleep. I stopped talking to friends, stopped answering calls. I felt so ashamed. Then one night, everything changed. My dad came to my room and sat on my bed. He didn't yell or tell me to get over it. Instead, he told me his story. When he was 26, he lost everything too. His business failed. He lost all his money. He had to move home, work 2 jobs, and start over. He said something I'll never forget. When you hit bottom, you finally have something solid to stand on. Simple words, but they hit me hard. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about what he said. Next morning, for the first time in weeks, I got up early. I started small, really small. First day, made my bed. Second day, took a shower and walked around the block. Third day, cleaned my room. Tiny steps, but each one felt like a win. I started reading about small businesses. Not the big success stories, but real stories about people who failed and tried again. Then I noticed something. Most small shops in our town were really bad at Facebook and Instagram. Their websites looked terrible. That's when I got an idea. I could help these small businesses with their online stuff. My first client was a small coffee shop downtown. They only hired me because I said I'd work super cheap. They fired me after 2 weeks. I messed up their social media posts, used wrong hashtags, made lots of mistakes. But this time, failing felt different. Instead of giving up, I learned from it, fixed my mistakes, and tried again. Now, 1 year later, I run my own small marketing company. We help local businesses with their social media. Last month, we made $20,000, more than my old job paid. We have 15 regular clients and 3 people working with us. We even have a waiting list. But you know what's better than the money? I'm actually happy now. That girlfriend who left, she did me a favor. I learned how to be happy by myself. Those fancy lunches and expensive suits. Now I wear t-shirts and eat home-cooked meals, and I love it. Looking back, losing everything was exactly what I needed. It showed me that starting over isn't bad. Sometimes it's exactly what you need to find your way. If you're watching this and feeling lost, if you think you're too old or too far behind, remember this. Your story isn't over just because things went wrong. Sometimes losing everything shows you what you're really meant to do. Drop a comment if you're going through tough times right now. Let's talk about it. This channel Beyond Stories is about real people and real life. If you want to hear more honest stories like this one, hit subscribe. We're all in this together. See you in the next video.